Hello guys, so for the next about 4 episodes or so, we're going to cover the Namco Museum compilation on the PS2. Now there's 10 games on this, and what we're going to do is, we're going to cover, each episode we're going to cover a different group of the games, because there's 4 groups. There's Galaga games, Pac-Man games, Pole Position games, and Dig Dug games. And we're going to cover each ones. Today we're going to do the Pac-Man ones on this. Now there's 2 locked games on this. Both of them are Pac-Man games. We're not going to cover those immediately because I haven't really played this. I haven't played this, so I can't really know what my skill set is, so I'm not going to make promises on it now. In the future, I could do a part 5 of this with those 2 games at some point, but don't look for it in the immediate future. But yeah, for the most part, we'll just jump straight to the game. This one's just an introduction. But yeah, and I'll talk a little bit about each arcade thing when we get the game going. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, that was quick. Let's see. Yeah. Basically, we're going to start with the Pac-Man games. We're going to do them in, the last one I did, Midway Arcade Treasures, what I did was I had all the sequels, like for example, Joust and Joust 2, I had them in one episode, but there wasn't really any threequels, mostly dual, so there was enough to do that in other games. For this, I'm just gonna, each episode's gonna be one. Now, I gotta do some more research, but I think Galaxin is in the same franchise as Galaga, but don't take my word for it, I'm gonna do some research on that. But yeah, we're going to start with Pac-Man, actually, the classic Pac-Man. I jotted some notes down for these because I'm going to be doing the Pac-Man stuff. This Pac-Man was released in 1980 and has 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb with about 1,400-ish user votes. Of course, I also looked a bit on Wikipedia. Yeah, this game's legendary. I mean, if you don't know Pac-Man, you obviously haven't really gotten into video games all that much. Because Pac-Man is the video game. I mean, my mom doesn't play video games at all, and even she plays Pac-Man, mostly Miss Pac-Man, but yeah, even she knows it. My mom doesn't even get into video games at all. So that's how famous Pac-Man is, and I actually have played Pac-Man on the arcade before. Actually, quite a few times. Even my youth, I played it. I think the last time I played it was this summer at an arcade. But it's different for the PS2, so let's check it out. Player 2, what's options? I'm going to say this immediately, this game is better organized and has a better look than Midway Arcade Treasures. Even though the arcade games themselves are ported greatly, the menu and the options is so basic, and this, it's just awesome to look at. Okay. Let's see. I like the overlay too. I'm using the joystick on the PS2 controller. Works pretty well. Oh shit. I'm gonna try the D-pad this time. I don't have any more special pellets, so I'm just gonna have to play it smart and aware. Ah! I love that there's a 2-player mode. Depending on how long the game lasts, I might go a second time. I think I'll go another time, because didn't really use the D-pad really, so I'm going to use the D-pad here. See, I will say this, even though the joystick is more arcade-like accurate, I will say this, I do prefer using the D-pad actually in this game at the very least. Oh, come on. Okay. I will say, trying to move Pac-Man, he isn't as fast in this. It's a bit slower to move him. I don't know if that was like that in arcades, because actually, now I think about it, I think I did play some Pac-Man, but I think I played mostly Miss Pac-Man, actually, and I think that's the more popular, more common version of the arcade game. Oh, shit, yeah. This is gonna be tough. Damn it! I was so close that time. Okay. I'm gonna try to keep each, because I'm doing 3 of them, so I'm gonna try to keep each one on a time limit. I think you pretty much get the gist of that one. Alright, I'm just gonna say, the main menu in the selection has much better presentation than Midway Arcade Treasures. I mean, the way it looks well formed, well organized. The colors, the design choices, it's so much more visually striking and visually neat than Midway Arcade Treasures. Midway Arcade Treasures, just the way it was, the main menu itself was so crudely put together, and it wasn't organized very well at all. And the music here, I love the menu music too. Miss Pac-Man. Alright, Miss Pac-Man. The arcade, it was released in 1982 and has 8.0 out of 10 on IMDb with about 300-ish votes from the users. And this game is just, at the very least, equally as famous as Pac-Man, if not more famous. And that's just a demo. And yeah, it's very... And I remember playing this too in arcades, especially my mom playing this a lot. So, yeah, and it's a great one too. Let's see how it handles, see how similar it is. We'll start with the joystick and see how that holds. Oh wow, just went through that ghost. That could have been just a layover effect of the thing. Wow, I'm kind of going through the... Ah, shit. Okay. Same problem with this, with the stick. Unlike the last one, I feel like I'm gonna move on at the very least. Ah. There we go. Alright, next level. Yeah, but I think you have to get a certain point score in Pac-Man, a certain point score in Miss Pac-Man to unlock the 2 games. Ah. Oh, that was it. Shoot. Okay, we can play one more. This time I'll use the D-pad. Ah. There we go. Ah, shoot. Could have had all 4. Damn it. Didn't turn fast enough. You gotta... I will say, I think there might be a tad lag with it, but I'm not gonna say for sure, but it's not to the point where it's really bothersome, actually, really, in all honesty. Okay. There we go. They meet. So it's a bit cinematic here. A cutscene. This is how you do a cutscene. Alright, nice little change of level here. Seem to be doing better with the D-pad, actually, so I'm going to stick with that. Ah! I wonder what that bell was for. Shoot. Ah, shit. Oh. Okay. And that's... You see, like this, pausing all these options... Yeah, the Midway Arcade Treasure one, and I hate bashing that because as a compilation game, it's well done in terms of, here are the games, and the games are ported great. They really are. But when it comes to, like, the extra details, like the overlay and all that, that's missing. And I kind of... And it's kind of shows that it was a little bit thrown together. But then again, Midway in the early 2000s was kind of falling apart a little bit. It's early to mid 2000s, they were kind of falling apart a little bit. They weren't really progressing like they should have. And yeah. Alright, the last one we're going to do in this episode, let's see. Yeah. Last one we're going to do is Pac-Man Arrangement. It was released in 1998. It was released for the arcades, but there's actually 3 games in this compilation that was never ported to a console until now. And Pac-Man Arrangement is one of those. Now, there's no data on it on IMDb, which I'm not surprised considering it was never on a console. I tried looking up all these different keywords and I couldn't find it, so I'm going to assume it's not on there. And there's not much on Wikipedia on it either. So we're going to just see how it looks on this game. Oh, this one requires a bit of loading. Oh, wow. We'll start with the joystick. This is trippy as fuck. It's kind of swimmy-ish. It doesn't feel like blocky moves. With the joystick, it doesn't feel as quick. It feels like there's a touch delay. I'm going to go back to the D-pad. I know I usually wait, but I need... Yeah, the D-pad's so much better. There's continues. I'm going to continue. Access to continue. Damn it. However, with continues, you don't keep the high score. So you don't keep the score. You start over score-wise. I'm kind of... But I think to unlock the bonus games, the games are Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. Those are... I think Pac-Man you need 20,000 to unlock them, and then Miss Pac-Man you need Miss Pac-Man you need 25 to unlock the other one. It has kind of a Mario vibe to it, like a contemporary Mario vibe, the way it's animated and the like. Oh my god. This is a little bit harder. It's... Oh my god. There's not that many left either. They seem to... There we go. feel like they added more specials to it. The game itself, like, I like this speed bumps. Actually, just pressing the button once, don't hold it, it'll actually go by itself, really. You don't need to hold the button, that's the key. Oh, shit. There we go. Oh, I love this music. Now there's like 5 ghosts now. Never seen that before. One's pink. Or orange. I don't know which one's the new one. I want to keep going. I want to see how far I can go without cracking. I wonder if there's an unlimited continue thing. I can't imagine why they wouldn't. Most arcade ports, if they require you to spend money usually to continue, when they port them to the games like this, they usually have unlimited everything. Oh, come on. Let's keep going. Ah, come on, I was so close to the frickin' cherry. Ah, the ghost turn more. Jeez, this is... Ah. Ah. There we go. 3 continues later. Yeah, the speeds make them dizzy. Ah. Yeah, this feels very arcadey. I love it. Ah. Oh my god. I just gotta get... Ah! 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 Cornered me. Alright. Ah, shoot. There we go. Oh, wow. A little hilly on this one. In all honesty, you could probably continue throughout this thing and lose a gajillion times. Some people may wonder where the challenge of that is, but in all honesty, if you wanted to, you could put a limit on yourself and see how far you can, like, I can only have 3 continues or something, you know? I mean... Ah, shoot. Oh my god, it's a little hard to control it a little bit. Even with the D-pad, which I think is better than the joystick. I'm trying the joystick again, maybe it just... Yeah, I'm having better luck with the joystick now, I don't know. Maybe it's just based, maybe I think it's preference really. Oh my god. There we go. Alright. Oh wow, what's these special thing? Oh, cool, jumps a corner, that's awesome. I like after all these years, we're taking something as simple, all these years, like, we get something, we get, like, take something like Pac-Man and keep adding to it. I mean, there's even current Pac-Man games that are still putting new spins on it. I love it. Ah, shit, I was so close to a strawberry. Oh my god. This is addicting. I'm not gonna lie, it kinda is. Oh man. Kinda glad they put unlimited continues, because if they didn't, I can't imagine this game being very easy to complete. But I will put a time limit on myself. Let's try to... Alright, this is the last 3 lives. After this, I'm gonna call it good. Shit. Damn it. Oh wow, what's that pill for? Damn it, I was so close. But yeah, that's enough. So what do I have to say about? Well, first of all, getting this game for Pac-Man Arrangement alone is is a great purchase, because that game's pretty awesome. Even with the unlimited continues, I know that might not be challenging, but man, with that many levels, I mean, that should be enough. And then with Pac-Man and Pac-Man, not only are click classics, and you can try to beat your high scores, even with all three, you can beat high scores, but with Pac-Man and Pac-Man, there's enough challenge to unlock those two games. Now, granted, I kind of wish I wish they kind of threw in a couple more games to unlock, but that's pretty cool enough. But so far, yeah, pretty awesome. I think next time we'll look at the Galaga games, and I'm gonna say, even if Galaxian isn't in the same franchise as Galaga, I think I'll review them in the same thing anyway, just because they're so similar, and I don't really want to do separate videos for those things, so yeah. And yeah, it's only going to be a 4-episode part. It's not going to be 6 episodes, unless the locked episodes, if I do them in the future, will be a 5th part, but that's not a guarantee for the moment. But, yeah, look at the options for this. You got volume, startup mode, vibration, restore initial savings credits. Lose high scores, you can save high scores. I'm going to save them. Sweet, you can save your high scores. That's awesome in my opinion. That's a great feature. But yeah, I'm not going to say Midway Arcade Treasures. When it comes to porting arcade games, they're kind of different, because Midway did like double the amount of games this one did. But they both ported their games very well to the game, but what makes this one different than the first Midway Arcade Treasures game is the menu. The menu to this game is 1,000,000 times better than Midway Arcade Treasures. Now, the menu itself doesn't hinder the gameplay or anything like that, but when it comes to aesthetics and catching the eye, I know I've said this earlier in the video, but this is just so much better. And the way they display the options for the game and have all that displayed and display the games, I'm in love with this thing, actually. It's a great purchase. And actually, they made a lot of Namco compilations of this. And this is the highest rated one, I think, or at least the second highest. I think number one is the Volume Namco Greatest Hits Volume 1 for the PlayStation, the PS1. I don't think that's the exact title, but it's close enough. But if that's number one, it's not by much. If any, hardly any. This was a very good purchase. I highly recommend it, and I will say this, the controls, like, I would say, at least for the Pac-Man stuff, it's a tad stiffness. Like, the D-pad and the joystick, they seem to be about equally good, so it depends on preference at the moment. But I've only played these once. I'm sure if I played more of it, I could get better at, so it could be my amateurism at work. But yeah, stay tuned for part 2. We'll take a look at the Galaga games and Galaxian, and I'll have more info on those games and a little bit of background on them. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.